Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Friday, April 21st, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. The Los Angeles Dodgers always have a great chance to win when Julio Urias is on the hill. They have won 3 of the 4 games that the ace has started this season. He has been on his game, limiting his opponent to 2 or fewer runs in all 4 performances. The Dodgers have won 21 of the last 24 games started by Urias. Furthermore, Cubs starter Drew Smyly has not been effective. The veteran has conceded 15 runs in his 9.1 innings of work. He has recorded a poor 4.66 ERA in his career against Law. He does not strike out many bettors and has a FIP of 4.69 on the season, which suggests his 4.70 ERA is justified. Our team pick is Los Angeles Dodgers. Drew Smyly will make his 4th start of the season. Smyly was brilliant against the Dodgers last Sunday, limiting them to only 1 run in 5.2 innings, and was awarded the win to even his record at 1-1. The veteran left-hander also held Seattle to 1 run earlier this month and has logged a 4.70 ERA and a 1.30 WHIP in 15.1 innings pitched on the season. He has conceded 2 home runs. Similar to Urias, Smyly has posted a 4.66 ERA in 29 career innings against the Dodgers. Our total pick is over. Cincinnati Reds vs Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates swept their 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies, 5-14 Sioux, 5th in NL West, on the road this week. The last game in the series was a 14-3 blowout win for Pittsburgh on Wednesday. Second baseman Rodolfo Castro and DH Andrew McCutchen both went deep in the victory. Catcher Jason DeLay of Connor Joe contributed with 3 hits apiece. Second baseman Ryan McMahon had 3 of Colorado's 5 hits on the afternoon. Starting pitcher Johan Oviedo picked up the win by going 6 innings and allowing 1 earned run on 3 hits and striking out 6 Rockies batters. The Pirates won 12 of 19 games against the Reds last season and took 6 of 10 at home. They swept a 3-game series at PNC Park in September. Cincinnati has struggled on the road, winning only once in 6 tries. They were swept by Atlanta in their last series away from their home stadium. Reds batters hit only .228 in road games versus .251 at the Great American Ballpark. The Pirates have covered the spread in 4 of their last 5 games, and the Reds have lost 3 of the last 4. Ashcraft pitched effectively against the Reds in his previous matchup, but the game was played in Cincinnati. Ashcraft pitched poorly on the road last season, where he had an ERA over 5. The Reds have been shut out in each of their last 2 games. Look for the Reds' road woes to continue against the Pirates on Friday evening. Take the Pirates minus 1.5 runs. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh currently rank 15th and 16th respectively in batting average in the league. Both teams currently rank in the top 13 in runs scored per game, and the Pirates have scored a bit more at home than on the road. Either the Pirates or their opponent have scored 7 or more runs in 5 of the last 6 games at PNC Park. The Reds have gone over the point total in 5 straight on the road. Ashcraft struggled on the road last season, compiling a 5.10 ERA in 9 starts and allowing 57 hits with a 1.45 WHIP in 47.2 innings. The Pirates batted 13 points higher at home than on the road last season, and they scored more runs per game at PNC Park than away from it and have been on fire offensively lately, so look for the Pirates to get to Ashcraft for some runs early. Keller has given up 4 runs or more in 3 of his last 4 starts against the Reds and has a career ERA of 6+ against them. Pirates pitchers have a home ERA of 6.33 versus 3.04 on the road so far this season. The Reds have been shut out in their past 2 games and have gone under the point total in 3 of their last 4 games. Most signs and trends point to a higher scoring affair between these 2 teams on Friday. Take the over 8.5 runs. Chicago White Sox vs Tampa Bay Rays. The White Sox lost their most recent game to the Philadelphia Phillies by a score of 5-2. Andrew Vaughn was the only player to get multiple hits on the day, while also earning the only 2 RBIs for the White Sox. Mike Clevinger went only 3 innings in his start and gave up 3 earned runs with a walk and a strikeout. Chicago made a few moves in the offseason to hopefully get the bitter taste of 2022 out of their mouths. Their fans are hoping this season is more in line with their 2021 form, where they were kings of the division. The biggest signings for the White Sox include Andrew Benintendi, Mike Clevinger, and Elvis Andrus. They also acquired Franklin German and Gregory Santos while exercising their $12.5 million on Tim Anderson. With the additions come losses, however. Jose Abreu has departed for free agency along with Johnny Cueto, Josh Harrison, and A.J. Pollock to name a few. Berger now has the highest OPS and SLG percentage among hitters, with a 1.215 and a .862 respectively. However, Luis Robert is tied with Berger for the most home runs and is second on the team with 13 RBIs. While only hitting 1 home run, Vaughn still has the most RBIs on the Chicago squad with 14. Gavin Sheets is the leader in batting average and OBP in his limited action, registering a .31 OBA and a .429 OBP. Ronaldo Lopez has saved 3 of 4 opportunities on the year as the anchor of the bullpen, and Keenan Middleton has a 2.08 ERA in 7 outings. Dylan Cease is carrying the rotation with a 2.01 ERA in 4 starts. While I believe Kopech will return to form eventually, I have a tough time betting against the Rays in this scenario. 2 of Chicago's top-tier hitters are out for the rest of the month, and the Rays are the more complete team as of right now. While the Rays are using an opener, the bullpen has been solid for the Rays this season, and the hitting core has gotten the job done in various ways. The Rays are leading their division, while the White Sox are falling into the pit of the AL Central. Tampa has the momentum and is 10-1 when their opponent allows 5 or more runs in the previous game. Take the Rays with a -1.5 runs. I still need to see the results of Kopech's progression, and facing this Tampa offense will be a tough task. Tampa leads the league in runs scored with 133, 21 more than the team with the second highest number of runs scored on the year. Meanwhile, Chicago has given up the 3rd most runs in the American League so far this year. This should be a series the Rays will feast on. I still have faith in Chicago's offense to score at least 2 or 3 runs, and the Rays will take care of the rest. Tampa has hit the over in 6 of their last 7 home games, and Chicago has hit the over in 6 of their last 7 on an artificial surface. Take the over 8.5 runs. Colorado Rockies vs Philadelphia Phillies. It has been quite the disappointing start in Philadelphia this season. The defending National League champions have been sluggish to start the year, winning just 8 of their first 20 games. The talent is still there though, so the expectation is that they will turn it around sooner rather than later. That may be beginning to happen, as the Phillies have played a little better of late, winning 3 of their last 5 games. Despite just scoring 87 runs on the season so far, their bats have been coming to life a bit, averaging 5.2 runs per game over that same 5-game stretch. So far the offense has been led by Brandon Marsh, who is mashing to the tune of a .356 average and 1.136 OPS. Despite Colorado's soft offense and the rookie they have on the mound, the Phillies will still be looking for a strong starting performance in this one. I've got the Phillies -1.5 in this one. The Phillies offense is starting to come to life, led by guys like Brandon Marsh and newcomer Trey Turner, which will be quite the test for rookie Noah Davis. While Davis had a great first start, it would be difficult to expect him to repeat it, given his struggles at the minor league level the last couple of years. Aaron Nola should hopefully right the ship in this one, after his rough start to the season, as Colorado's bats have fallen silent of late. This should be the ultimate get-right game for Nola, who has pitched to much success against the Rockies in the past, with his 4-1 record and 3.35 career ERA in 43 innings against the. Our team pick is Phillies -1.5 runs. I'm taking the over on 9 runs for this one. While Colorado's offense has been quite weak to begin the year, Aaron Nola should not be counted on to throw a gem in this one. While he's hoping to get back on track here and likely will be more effective than he's been to begin the year, he's still susceptible to give up at least a few runs in this one. With the Philadelphia bats beginning to wake up, scoring over 5 runs per game in their recent stretch, they should be able to do some damage against the rookie Noah Davis, whose minor league track record shouldn't inspire any confidence against a big league club. Our total pick is over 9 runs. Toronto Blue Jays vs New York Yankees. New York concludes its series against the Angels on Thursday, as this is written before that game ends, but remains at home for a 3-game series against the Blue Jays. On Friday, the Yankees will be starting right-hander Domingo German, who's 1-1 with a 3.86 ERA while at home, he's 1-1 with a 4.09 ERA. In his career against Toronto, he's also 2-4 with a 3.72 ERA, while New York has a team ERA of 3.02 which ranks 4th. Although Toronto is on an off day on Thursday, I still like the Yankees to win the first game of the series at home on Friday night. Kikuchi is a total wild card on the mound as he can look phenomenal as he did against the Rays or be terrible like he was against the Angels. German, meanwhile, is solid as the righty has been running through lineups and the Jays' bats went cold on Thursday. As well, the Blue Jays bullpen is a major concern as they give up a ton of runs as we saw on Thursday night. This will be a close game, but I'll trust German more as he is more reliable than the Kikuchi. Take the Yankees with the money line. I like the over in this one as both Toronto and New York's lineup have all the tools to post a ton of runs, and at Yankee Stadium, this seems like a good spot for it to happen. As well, if it is the Kikuchi, New York should be able to score plenty of runs, while Toronto should be able to chip in with 3 or 4 to help the over cash in. In the Blue Jays' last 10 games, the games are averaging 9.7 runs per game, while New York's last 10 are averaging 7.4 runs per game. Meanwhile, in Kikuchi's 3 starts, the 3 games have gone for 11.66 runs per game. If you like the Yankees to win, pairing with the over is also the way to go as that means Kikuchi was the bad version, which means a ton of base runners and runs. Take the over 9 runs. Detroit Tigers vs Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore enters this game coming off back-to-back wins in their 2-game series on the road against the Nationals. In their most recent 4-0 win, Kyle Bradish got the start and the win for the Orioles, tossing 6 shutout innings, allowing 5 hits while striking out 6. This performance was then followed by a series of holds, with Mike Baumann finishing off the game in the 9th. At the plate for the Orioles there actually wasn't much action despite the team's 4 runs. The Orioles tallied only 4 hits in the game, with no multi-hit game for any of their hitters. Adley Rutschman went 0-3 with a walk and a RBI, while Anthony Santander went 1-3 with a run scored. Adam Frazier came in as a pinch hitter and went 1-2 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, courtesy of the home run he hit in the 4th inning. Overall it was a good game for the Orioles, tossing a shutout and hanging up 4 runs on limited production at the plate. Going to jump out on a limb and take the Tigers to win this game for a couple of reasons. There is pretty good value in the ML at plus 155 versus the Orioles ML at minus 180. The Tigers are coming off a series win against the Guardians, in which they dropped the 3rd game but played well in all 3, gaining some momentum heading into this game. Look for Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson to find some success at the plate as they are coming off a string of good games. In terms of pitching, there isn't much of an edge for either team, with the Tigers starting right-hander Michael Lorenzen and the Orioles starting right-hander Tyler Wells. I would expect a relatively high-scoring game, and the Tigers are 4-0 in their past 4 games, with a total set at 8.5 or higher. In addition, when these teams have faced off in the past, the Tigers are 9-1 in their past 10 meetings overall and are 7-1 in their past 8 meetings in Baltimore. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the Tigers to win this matchup. Our team pick is Detroit Tigers money line. Taking the over in this matchup for a couple of reasons. Both teams are coming off a string of relatively low-scoring games and feel due for a high-scoring shootout. The starting pitching seems to coincide with this as we see 2 subpar pitchers in Michael Lorenzen and Tyler Wells. Lorenzen has only started 1 game this season and tossed 4 innings in which he allowed 8 hits and 6 earned runs, while Wells has posted a 3.86 ERA in his first 3 starts of the season. The Orioles have also been very consistent on offense, hanging up runs in their past 2 series. In terms of trends, the Tigers have gone over in 6 of their past 7 Friday games, while the Orioles have gone over in 3 of Wells' past 5 Friday starts, 5 of Wells' past 6 starts during Game 1 of a series, and have gone over in 3 of their past 4 games against the American League Central. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the over for this matchup. Our total pick is over 8.5 runs. Miami Marlins vs Cleveland Guardians. It was an underwhelming trip to Motor City for Cleveland as they lost 2 out of 3 games to Detroit earlier in the week. However, the Guardians were able to salvage a win in the finale Wednesday, topping the Tigers 3-2. Cleveland came into the game as a -132 betting favorite, while the 5 combined runs were comfortably under the pregame threshold of 8.0 runs. Cleveland managed just 5 hits in the win, and none was bigger than Jose Ramirez's 3-run blast in the top of the 6th inning. As for the pitching, Cal Quantrill was excellent in his start, holding Detroit scoreless over 6.0 innings. Emmanuel Clay slammed the door and earned his 6th save of the year. The odds makers see this game as a relatively even matchup, having the Guardians as roughly a -125 betting favorite, while the Marlins come back at +123. Well, based on how these starting pitchers have performed this year, I think it's a steal that we're getting a plus money payout with Miami. Garrett has allowed just 5 runs this season over 13.1 innings of work, and he's not necessarily running into a dominant offense with the Guardians. On the flip side, Plesac has given up 12 runs, 10 earned, over 13.0 innings, which translates to a 6.92 ERA. The right-hander hasn't allowed less than 2 runs in any start this year. Now, the wild card here is that the Marlins have Luis Arias on their roster. This is a guy who can steal a game, especially with 2 offenses that are far from great. He currently leads the league in batting average, .438, and has gone 4-14, .286, against Plesac with a .333 OBP. With an X-factor like Arias on the roster, I think it's worth a shot with the fish in this spot. Our team pick is Miami Marlins money line. While I'm not expecting Plesac to completely turn his season around, he is typically a better pitcher at Progressive Field than away from it. Last season he posted a 3.66 ERA at home, compared to 4.83 on the road. Furthermore, if he gets into any trouble, the Guardians have one of the better bullpens in baseball to lean on. They're currently 6th in both ERA, 3.22, and WHIP, 1.14. Miami's bullpen, on the other hand, has also been solid to begin the season as they're 20th in ERA, 4.01, and 5th in WHIP, 1.09. The elevated ERA is due to allowing the 3rd most home runs, 12, as a bullpen. However, considering they're facing the 2nd lowest home run hitting team in Cleveland, 10, it's a favorable matchup. This should be a lower scoring affair between 2 bottom-tier offenses. Let's ride with the under.